Hey, welcome back guys to another update of my Canadian dividend investing portfolio series where I go over what it's like being me, an amateur Canadian investor that's buying and selling dividend paying stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange using Wealthsimple Trade, which is an awesome no trading fee platform. And I'm tracking everything in this custom Google Sheet that I made for about a year and a half now, I think, and just kind of going through exactly the performance, all the dividends that I get every month, the holdings, the breakdown, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, just kind of showing you what it's like to be me. So our stock value today is sitting around $73,270. Wow, that's really climbing up there, which is awesome because I've only actually put in $65,800. So that looks like I'm up just shy of $8,000 for around 12% total gain since inception. Awesome. The overall yield of the portfolio is about 3.8%, and that works out to about $2,783 in passive income, which is all tax-free because this is all in my tax-free savings account. And my limit for contributions, I think, is around $85,000, something like that. So I've still got a ways to go before I max that out and have to start using a cash account, which is pretty awesome. So when we look at my sector breakdown here, the biggest sector is definitely real estate, followed by utilities. I'm a huge fan of these. I like industrials as well. There's a lot of good stocks there. Telecommunications and finance and a little bit of everything else. I find that myself, I'm always adding more to utilities right now. There's been some good buys, but lately I think today I'm going to split it up a little bit more into some other sectors based on some good buying opportunities today. But here you can see also my portfolio in the pie chart version, so you can see some of the really big holdings here are real estate companies, followed by some other ones. Now we can actually take a look in the portfolio tab, get a better view of each individual holding that I have, each position. You can pause here and check them out if you want, it's up to you, but I have them sorted right now to have the biggest percentage of holdings at the top, so my biggest positions at the top. And when we scroll down here, we're going to find my smaller positions down here at the bottom. Now, today I was pretty much looking at just buying stocks that are in the red for me. So I'm going to sort this to put the biggest winners at the top by percent, which is also interesting to see. Financials are just crushing it right now. But then down here at the bottom, we can see sort of my biggest losers at the moment. And yeah, Cineplex here, pretty beat up. Severia is really dropping off lately, as well as Acon. Some of these ones I do want to pick up. Actually, I want to pick up a few of AQN. A couple here in EIF, and I've been looking here at Power Corporation as well, Acon, and Severia. So I have about $400 in cash that I'm ready to spend, and I just want to distribute it around across some of these. I would like to pick up especially the ones that are the smaller positions. So that's going to be, you can see here with a plus sign, Power Corporation. You can also see it's a small percentage. Severia, I'm really interested in picking those up because their price is falling and they make up a small part of my portfolio, and so that's to me one of the indications that I look for. Not everything, but it's something I like to do. When my small positions are beat up, is I like to take that as a good buying opportunity to build them into bigger positions at a cheaper cost. So with that said, those are the ones that I want to buy today. So let's jump into Wealthsimple Trade and actually go pick up some of these stocks. So it's really simple in Wealthsimple Trade. You just type in the company that you're looking for. You can see here that these guys are falling, and I don't know what's going on. They're down 3.5%. That's crazy. I could wait till later in the day, but I have to do something later today, and I don't really care because this is for a long-term hold. If they fall more later in the day or more later in the week or whatever, that's okay. I'll just probably pick some more up next time as well at an even cheaper price. So with these guys, I just want to take two. It's going to be around $76. We're going to buy those, make sure that is going into the tax-free savings account, and confirm the order. Okay, so the next one that I wanted to pick up today was AQN, Algonquin Power and Utilities. These guys, let's see what's going on here. Actually, they're doing all right. They are shooting up, and they have been pretty beat up in the last little while, but they're really starting to climb back up. But I am, like I said, just down slightly on my average price. So if they are going to shoot back up again, I just want to kind of round this up. I have 195 shares with them. And I think just for fun, I'm just going to round that up to 200. Nice even number. So that'll be meaning that I'm buying 5 shares. It'll be just under $100, and we're going to take that in the tax-free savings account as well. Okay, cool. The next one here that I wanted to pick up was Power Corporation. You can take a look at these guys. Here, they have been doing really well since the pandemic. If you look at their all-time chart, they're up super high, so I'm not surprised if they're going to start falling. But I'm just going to average my way down and ride this down. If it keeps falling, that's okay. I'm not going to buy like a ton of shares, but just one or two every now and then, and slowly drive down that average price, and yeah, get this nice high quality stock with a solid dividend and all that. So with these guys, I also want to pick up two. It'll also be around $75, and that's also going into the tax-free savings account. Okay, so we're going to continue on. The next one that I wanted to get today was ACON, that's A-R-E, on the Toronto Stock Exchange. These guys also, if you look at their all-time chart, nice growth, but they swing up wildly up and down all the time. And as they're dropping down, I'm trying to reduce my average price with these guys. And right now they're down 9%. So I actually bought in somewhere around here, I think. That's when I started buying, and they have continued dropping a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about them. Their revenue and all that stuff is doing well. And I think in the long term, they will bounce up, and I'll probably sell out of them and do some sort of little swing trade. And yeah, that's pretty much the plan here. So with these guys, I want to take 5 shares as well. It's going to be also $70-something. And we're going to confirm that order. And then the last thing to do is pick up some shares in Savaria. These guys are also dropping like crazy right now, but that's okay. We are down 9% overall. No problem. Just going to start buying this as we go down. I don't have a very huge position in them, $1,500 for 90 shares. Some of my bigger positions are like a few thousand, and so as this drops, that's okay. I can add 5 shares or 1 share here and there and just slowly build up the position, like I said, at a cheaper price. So with these guys, I'm just going to spend the rest of the money that I have available in the account. So I have $78. Looks like I'll be able to get, not quite 5 shares. Looks like I'll have to take 4. So that's okay. We'll just buy those. And that's going to be the last of the shares that I buy today. So the thing that I have to do now is I go into the activity tab, and I'm going to take a look here at the recent buys. For example, this one that I just did for Savaria. And I'm going to write this down, the quantity that I bought and the exact unit price, and I'm going to do that for each company. And I want to go ahead and drop that into the transactions tab. So in here, I'm going to write down the exact transactions, like I said, the quantity and the unit price for each of the companies that I picked up today. And once I'm satisfied that all of the totals actually add up as well with what Wealthsimple was displaying, then I'm going to be sure that I didn't make any mistakes here in the, the exact value or whatever. And the last thing that I need to do then is just go back to the summary page. And in here, what I'm pretty much most interested in is the annual dividend income. So at the beginning of the video, this number was around $2,783. And now we're sitting around $2,802, and that's an increase of about $19 per year in totally passive income from these dividends, which is awesome. I really like to see that number growing all the time. It's really motivating for me to keep coming in here and seeing this growing little bit by bit. It's growing when I deposit more money and buy new stocks. It's also growing when I get paid in dividends and I reinvest those dollars. So for example, in February, I made $167 from my dividends, and I reinvested all of that buying more dividend-paying stocks, which also then in turn increased this number because I have more stocks with more dividends. And over time, these companies like to just generally increase their dividends, like the amount that they pay out per share that you have. So it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing, and that's really motivating. That's one of the reasons why I like dividend investing. It's just, little bit by bit, you see this growing, and it's really, motivating to continue pushing forward and hopefully one day be able to live off of this or use this for certain expenses in my life without necessarily having to sell stocks or touch the principal. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. That's it for this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button, and if you haven't already, do subscribe and drop a comment down below, because I always like seeing what you guys are buying and just kind of chatting with whatever's going on with the dividend investing community. So guys, I will see you in the comments and in the next video.